One rules the wild, massive, relentless, and forged in the frozen peaks of North America. The grizzly bear stalks the forest with thunder in its steps, crowned with claws that can gut a bull elk in seconds. The other owns the water, ancient, armored, and silent. The saltwater crocodile, a living fossil, waits in stillness, then strikes with the strongest jaws in the animal kingdom, crushing bone, drowning life, and disappearing without a sound. Claws rip, jaws crush. One is fury, the other is patience. And today, they meet not on land, not in water, but on the shifting edge between both. A place where instincts, strength, and timing are all that matter. This isn't a battle over territory. It's not for survival, it's for supremacy. And when these titans collide, only one walks away. In the vast wilds of the northern continent, there is a creature that embodies raw power. The grizzly bear, a dominant force in North America's mountains, forests, and river valleys. With its massive frame, crushing strength, and relentless aggression, the grizzly doesn't just survive, it rules. It's a master of land combat, capable of dismembering prey, defending territory from rivals, and staring down apex predators with unshakable confidence. Half a world away, lurking in the estuaries and mangroves of Southeast Asia and northern Australia, is an ancient predator that time forgot. The saltwater crocodile, a reptilian war machine. It hasn't changed much in millions of years because it didn't need to. Why evolve when you're already perfect? With a skull designed to crush and a body built for ambush, it is the deadliest aquatic predator alive. This is not a matchup between predator and prey. This is not a battle of instinct versus innocence. This is a collision of dominance. When the grizzly charges and the crocodile coils, nature itself holds its breath. Because this isn't a battle between animal and beast. This is apex versus apex, a fight to decide which monster stands tallest. When the blood finally settles, to understand this clash, you have to break down the weapons, muscle, bone, and design. Let's start with the grizzly bear. At full size, a male grizzly can weigh up to 1,200 pounds and stand nearly 10 feet tall when upright. Its frame is powered by dense, functional muscle. The shoulders, thick with years of digging, climbing, and fighting, can deliver blows strong enough to break a spine. But the real terror lies in its claws, curved, razor-sharp, and up to 4 inches long. These aren't just for show. They're made for ripping logs apart, or rib cages. Then there's the bear's bite force, around 975 psi. Combine that with the bear's intelligence, mobility, and multi-angle attack capabilities, and you get a land predator designed for domination. Now meet the saltwater crocodile, evolution's perfected ambush predator. This living dinosaur can grow over 20 feet long and weigh more than 2,000 pounds. Its most terrifying feature, the strongest measured bite force on the planet, an incredible 3,700 psi. Its jaw is lined with 66 interlocking conical teeth, built to grip and tear. No chewing, no mercy, just destruction. Add a tail like a battering ram, limbs built for burst speed in water, and armored plating down its back, and the saltwater croc becomes a living tank. The contrast is stark. The bear is mobile, responsive, and versatile. The croc is rigid, singular, and devastating in close. Both are apex predators, but their bodies are tuned for very different types of war. This fight, it's a test of anatomy under pressure, and only one frame survives the hit. Muscle wins fights, but the mind wins wars. The grizzly bear isn't just a brute, it's a calculated, highly intelligent predator. Grizzlies are problem solvers, capable of memory, strategy, and adaptation. They learn fast, they remember danger, and when threatened, they don't back down. They assess, then attack. These bears grow up battling for territory, food, and dominance. They've faced down wolves, outlasted starvation, and fought off larger males to protect cubs or kills. Every scar on a grizzly is earned, and every fight sharpens its edge. The saltwater crocodile, on the other hand, is an entirely different kind of thinker. It doesn't engage in open conflict unless it has already won. It waits, watches, measures. Crocodiles are infamous for spending hours motionless, calculating water current, prey movement, even human behavior. They don't take risks, they manufacture certainty, and when they strike, it's with deadly precision. This clash of minds could define the entire outcome. If the croc can stay hidden, control the first move, and deliver a clean bite, it can win without a second thought. But if the bear spots the threat, dodges the strike, or survives the ambush, the croc loses its only real advantage. Because in a sustained fight, the bear is faster, smarter, more adaptable. The croc isn't designed to brawl, it's designed to execute. So the question isn't just who's stronger, it's who controls the moment. The bear reacts, the croc plans. But when instincts collide and timing cracks, only one mind gets the final move. Drop the grizzly into a forest, and it rules the trees. Give the croc open water, and it vanishes into death. But what happens when they meet in between? Neutral ground where neither is fully at home. This battlefield is balanced. but barely. It favors whoever controls distance and direction, because, in neutral terrain, it's not about comfort, it's about control, and the one who dominates the dirt decides who drowns in it. In the natural world, weapons aren't forged, they're grown, and these two animals are armed like war machines. Let's start with the grizzly bear. It doesn't need any surprises. It's built to overwhelm. The grizzly's primary weapons are its massive forelimbs and claws. Each swing delivers bone-shattering force, and the 4-inch curved claws are like hooked blades, capable of opening a moose or flipping a bison. The bear's strikes are rapid and repeated. It can swing multiple times in seconds, changing angles, mid-attack, and when it closes the distance. It doesn't just claw, it grapples. Bears are among the few wild animals that will wrestle an opponent to the ground, pin them, and crush with full body weight. Add in a 975 psi bite force, often aimed at the neck or face, and you've got a predator capable of ending most fights in under a minute. But then comes the saltwater crocodile, a creature that turns stillness into sudden destruction. Its bite force is unmatched. Ta,7 pesi, the strongest of any living animal. When it strikes, the goal is simple: grip and disable. Its jaws don't slice, they clamp like a hydraulic vise, locking in flesh and holding without mercy. Once it latches, the croc doesn't wait. It begins the death roll. That terrifying maneuver uses the croc's full body as a spinning weapon to rip muscle, tear ligaments, and dismember limbs in seconds. The croc also targets weak points, limbs, underbellies, and joints, and it knows how to wait until the enemy moves into position. It's a one-shot killer. If it lands, the first hit. It's power versus precision, force versus grip, blunt trauma versus bone-breaking bite. And in this fight, the weapon that lands first might be the only one that matters. This may seem like a once-in-a-lifetime matchup. Two beasts from opposite corners of the earth, never meant to cross paths. But nature has a memory, and history whispers that this isn't as unprecedented as it seems. These animals are descendants of warriors who survived the primordial crucible, shaped by the brutal logic of evolution. This isn't just hypothetical, it's ancestral. And today, that ancient fight rises again. Grizzly bears have been documented fighting and killing full-grown bison, chasing off wolf packs, and facing down moose twice their size in river currents. They've defended kills against scavengers, ripped open metal trash bins, and even endured gunshots to continue fighting. They're used to pressure, used to pain, used to opponents who hit hard and don't go down easily. Saltwater crocodiles, meanwhile, have taken down bull sharks, water buffalo, and even tigers that ventured too close to riverbanks in Southeast Asia. There are verified reports of crocs killing horses, dragging them under mid-river, and resurfacing hours later. Their strike zone is short, but if you're in it, few escape. In zoos and wildlife parks, crocodiles have shown aggression toward anything that moves, including armored vehicles. Grizzlies in captivity have destroyed reinforced enclosures when agitated. Both are apex animals who don't recognize limits. The lesson: both species are tested. Both are proven. They're used to conflict. They're used to winning. The sun hangs low over a muddy estuary. The tide has rolled back, revealing patches of damp shoreline and shallow pools. The world holds its breath, because the river has gone still. From the tree line, a grizzly bear emerges. Shoulders rippled with power, it lumbers forward, sniffing the air, hungry confidence. It's been here before, but never like this. Below the surface, unseen, a saltwater crocodile waits, eyes just above the waterline, motionless, watching. The bear steps into ankle-deep water. The croc strikes. It hits the grizzly's front leg, latching on just above the elbow. The croc twists, initiating the death roll. Mud flies, water churns. The bear roars, a sound that shakes the trees, and strikes with its free paw, claws slashing deep into the croc's eye and snout. The spin stops. The croc's grip loosens, but not completely. Now the bear surges forward, planting its full weight down on the croc's armored body. It stands upright, bringing down its front paws like hammers. 1, 2, 3, strikes, targeting the croc's vulnerable skull plate. The croc thrashes, tail whipping, but it's slowed, disoriented, blood in the water now. Outcome 1. The croc regains control, clamps again, this time on the bear's neck. One final spin, and the vertebrae snap. Outcome 2. The bear avoids the spin, shifts sideways, and delivers a crushing bite to the croc's eye socket. With claws raking and jaws locked, it finishes the job. The croc goes limp beneath its bulk. The forest roars again. Both outcomes are brutal, neither is clean. The fight could last 30 seconds, or 3 minutes, but it won't go longer. Both are too deadly, too efficient, to let it drag. This isn't about pride. It's not about territory. It's about who controls the first 5 seconds. It's about who lands the first real hit. Because when two monsters collide at their peak, there are no rematches, only aftermath. The grizzly bear is brute intelligence, bold, adaptable, and relentless. It strikes hard, aims high, and never backs down from a challenge. On land, it rules. In a straight fight with room to move, it can overwhelm almost anything. The saltwater crocodile is ancient silence, precise, calculating, and devastating. In the water, it becomes a ghost. It doesn't fight fair. It is the final dot. This isn't a question of who's better. It's a question of where they meet and who controls the moment. In open water, the croc holds all the cards. On dry land, the bear has every advantage. But in the murky, muddy edge between land and river, it's a coin flip soaked in blood. The croc wins with one perfect bite. The bear wins if it survives the first strike. Two apex predators. One chance, no rules, no mercy, no second round. So, who takes the crown? Do you stand with the thunder of the grizzly's claws or the bone-crushing silence of the croc's jaws? Drop your pick in the comments below and tell us who walks away from the mud. Like if this battle got your pulse racing. Subscribe for more savage, animal-faced